As a man, there is a reason that you feel numb most of the times. As a man, there is a reason that you keep overthinking about a lot of things. Essentially, overthinking is a form of underfeeling. And that is exactly something that I want to uncover in today's video as to how can you actually get out of your head and emotionally connect back with your own self and be emotionally grounded as a man, because this is not something that's just going to help you when it comes to relationships. This is something that's going to help you when it comes to you making healthy decisions for yourself, leading yourself in your own life, and even managing other kind of relationships, and even help you in your business or even work related environment as well. And it's not that you're weak or something, it's just that you have been disconnected from yourself for far too long. And let's address that in this video. So, if you're new here, I am Vesh and I'm a men's relationship coach, and I help men heal their attachment issues, traumas, and wounded masculinity in order for them to pursue meaningful connection with women. Now, if you want to book a one on one consultation with me in order for you to work on any of the attachment issues or abandonment issues that you have gone through, or even if you want to build a healthy amount of self esteem and self worth for yourself, you can reach out to me through Instagram, DM me the keyword coach, and we can book a consultation. So, let's talk about what it actually means to be emotionally grounded and why it's one of the most powerful thing that you can do as a man, where you are actually coming back home to yourself and you're getting rid of the emotional blockages that's been built within you over all these years. The first thing I want to talk about is how being emotionally available is not just about crying and whining all the time. People think that emotional availability is equivalent to you being able to cry easily as a man, but this is just a myth. Emotions are deeper than just crying or just being sad. There are a wide range of emotions we as human beings have, and it is for us to actually experience it and it's for us to actually feel it. And most of the times, in our society specifically, men have been taught not to be emotional at any given point of time. This has caused a generation of men who have been so emotionally numb that they have essentially disconnected even from their own self. And being emotionally available doesn't mean that you are wearing your heart on your sleeves and you are overdoing for people. It is about getting to know yourself better. It's about understanding your own inner landscape better so you have a better grip when it comes to navigating life itself. And it's all about knowing what's happening inside you so that you do not suppress it or you do not distract yourself from it too. And rather, you learn to stay with the emotions that you are facing inside instead of just moving on to the next task that you have at hand. When you're emotionally available, you're also developing your ability to actually be present with your fears, your desires, even emotions like anger, which has such a bad reputation in society, and even things like happiness and joy. Feeling all the emotions in the spectrum wholly and completely is something that we are talking about doing in this video. And sadly, so many men have been trained out of their emotions because they have been taught that having needs is something that makes them weak. And there's a guilt of breaking down, and there's also a fear of being too much or even being perceived as a burden to someone else. But that's just conditioning. A grounded, masculine, conscious man does not run away from his emotions, but he knows how to process them and integrate them within himself. Most of the times, even in relationship, men fail to understand a woman's emotions because he is disconnected from his own emotions. This is why, when there is a conflict between a man and a woman is being emotional, saying certain things to you as a man, but instead of understanding her emotions, you become defensive because defensiveness is where you are trying to operate from your head instead of trying to connect back to your own emotional landscape, which is happening within your body. So, a conscious man does not actually fear his emotions, but he knows how to be grounded in it and he knows to observe what is happening within him so that he can navigate situations outside of him in a better manner. The second thing I want to speak about is what are some of the signs that you are emotionally unavailable. So, I'm going to list three signs which could be an indication of your emotional availability. The first sign is you shut down when conflicts arise, and you also want to avoid any kind of confrontation that comes up in your life because, in a way, you are running away from the emotions. The conflict might rise in you, that kind of confrontation might actually rise in you. And because you do not have the tools and you don't have the ability to sit with your own emotions, you rather feel that it's easier to not feel any emotions, which is why you shut down in conflicts, and you go silent when someone is actually probably expressing their needs or even fighting with you. And this happens because your nervous system goes in an overload and doesn't know how to handle all the feelings that's coming within you. And deep down, your body also doesn't register these negative emotions as something to be safe, which you can experience. The long term effect of this is you struggle to express your needs, you struggle to set boundaries for yourself because you would rather completely avoid the negative emotions that might come up in a setting of conflict altogether. The second sign that you guys are emotionally blocked is you often feel numb in moments that should actually move you. So, let's say even small, beautiful moments like watching a beautiful sunset, these are things that do not have that kind of an effect on you because, in a way, you do not experience the highs and lows of life. You're actually leading your life in a very flat manner without truly feeling the emotions within you. And it's not that you do not want to feel the emotions or you do not want to be present in the moment and feel the gratefulness of being in that beautiful moment, but it's just that you cannot feel it because the blocks are so high in your subconscious brain that emotions just cannot come through, even if they are like extremely positive emotions. And this numbness, in a way, is your body actually protecting you from any form of emotional overwhelm. And over the long term, this results into you losing the joy and not finding meaning, even the small moments that life has to offer, and you losing that sense of passion that you actually even have for your life. The third sign that you're emotionally blocked is you analyze your feelings instead of actually feeling them. And this is something a lot of men actually do. Instead of feeling the feelings, they intellectualize their feelings and have thoughts like, I shouldn't be feeling this way. I'm feeling sad, but why am I feeling sad? Instead, you do not have the ability to actually just sit with that sadness. You do not have the ability to feel that pain and let it pass and let it take its own moment to pass away. Instead, you are in a mission to actually analyze why you're feeling this way. So, what happens in these kind of scenarios is, let's say if you are in a relationship and your woman is actually expressing something to you, you try to also analyze her feelings and try to find solutions for her feelings. But most of the time, women do not want solutions to their problem. They just want you to hold space. But if you do not have the ability to actually hold space for your own self, for your own emotions, how will you even have that muscle to do that for someone else? And the biggest time that you're going to struggle with this is when you actually become a father. Imagine you becoming a father. Kids do not have their emotions regulated at all. And imagine they are having an emotional outburst. So, in these cases, you will even intellectualize your kids' emotions in the future whenever you have them. And you might even like have an outburst on them or you might even shout on them. But this is something that makes them feel unseen. And this is something that causes subtle trauma in a child's life as well. Now, the third thing I actually want to speak about is how do you emotionally ground yourself? I'm going to teach you some techniques that you can do on a daily basis to actually unblock these emotional blockages that you have within you. So, you do not fix your emotional blocks by intellectualizing them. You fix these blocks by actually trying to feel the emotions. Now, it might be very hard for you to feel these emotions because over the past many years, you have trained yourself unconsciously saying that it's not safe to feel them. So you can't rush yourself in this process, and you need to even give your body some time to come out of that survival mode. In a way, all these years you were living from your head, and you need to learn how to drop back into your body. And in a way, emotions is about nurturing the feminine energy within you. Now, this is not going to make you extra feminine or something. However, it's going to bring a balance between your masculine energy, which is something that operates from your head and with logic, with also your feminine energy, which comes up through your emotions and your intuition. So, emotions are something that lives in your body. So, sometimes, most of the cases, you might have a tight jaw, you might clench your stomach, you might be holding a lot of pressure in your stomach area, or you might even have shoulder pain, back pain, things like that. These are emotional blockages showing up in your body. So, whenever you're feeling uncomfortable, what I want you to do in that moment is take a deep breath in and actually try to locate that emotion in any of your body parts. Now, it can show up in your back, it can show up in your stomach. I don't want you to be critical about where it shows up and keep thinking, why is it showing up in this particular area? Instead, focus your attention on that area and actually take deep breaths, focusing on that particular area for a prolonged period of time. Most of the time, when you do this, when you focus your attention on that one body part, you might feel other emotions coming up in your body. Let's say if you are feeling sad and you can locate that feeling of sadness in your chest area. When you focus on your chest area, maybe anger might come up, maybe shame might come up, and you can try to locate these feelings and try to just observe these feelings instead of thinking, why is it coming up? And when you actually observe these feelings and when you're present with these emotions, oftentimes in about 3 to 5 minutes, these emotions will completely disappear because this is how you process it. When you intellectualize your feelings, you are numbing your emotions and you are suppressing your emotions. But all you need to do is sit for a moment and actually just feel it, and it will pass completely by itself. And after that, you don't even have to think that why did this emotion even show up in the very first place, because you have processed it already. That one moment of awareness actually starts your process of reconnection back with your inner emotional world. And this is what emotional grounding is all about, feeling and being in your body. Because when you are present in your body, even in the future, if there is any scenario unfolding, because you have trained yourself to be present in your body, those emotions will arise naturally and it will disperse naturally because now you have the tools to actually process your emotions. The fourth thing I want to talk about is silence is not emptiness. Lot of you guys need to learn to sit with yourself, even if it means taking 5 to 10 minutes out of your busy day, out of all the distractions that life is offering you, and just breathing. Sitting in that moment in a very meditative state and just observing your thoughts or just observing your body. These are things that will help you reconnect back with your essence. These are things that will slowly even bring up those stuck emotions like happiness, like sadness out in your body. It's very sad to actually lead a life from a point of view where you don't feel any intense emotions and everything feels flat. And even I was living in that kind of a state where I couldn't feel emotions so deeply because I had so many underlying traumas within me. And I knew if I'm emotional, those traumas might just come up and I'll end up crying the whole day. But the more I worked on my traumas, the more I was starting to go from my head into my body as well. And now I have reached a stage where, let's say, I'm watching a sunset, and it doesn't matter how many times I've seen the sunset, but every day I stand there looking at it, feeling like, wow, I'm so grateful to be alive, and truly feeling that happiness in my entire body. This is what you should be striving towards in your life. What's the point of actually just being happy when you achieve something? Life is not just meant to be happy when you achieve a goal, or life is not just meant to be lived in a flow. It's something you need to experience with your emotions and make it as rich as possible. And when you're sitting in that silence, you will feel uncomfortable at first. You would be overthinking a lot. A lot of thoughts might come up because all these years you have been living in that state of survival in your body, and it's going to take some time to come out of that. It might take 1 or 2 months, but the key is not giving up, because on the other side actually lies a world which is so beautiful when you learn to actually experience the full spectrum of emotions that you have within you. And when you start doing this, you will naturally see the change happening even in your relationship with women as well, because naturally she will feel that you are understanding her because you understand yourself. A man can only meet a woman as deep as he has met himself. And this will remove all the blockages that you have when it comes to understanding her emotions as well. Most of the time, a woman complains that a man does not understand her because he is thinking logically, whereas she is in her emotional world. And when you learn to reconnect back with your emotions, you would actually start understanding her emotions better, which will eventually reduce the amount of conflicts that you guys have in a relationship. The fifth thing that you need to know is to learn to witness your emotions and not to rescue it. As men, you guys have been taught to achieve things, conquer things, win in life all the time. But sometimes it's okay just to exist. Sometimes it's okay to not find solutions to problems and just sit in that problem. Maybe just sitting in that would actually bring you clarity or bring you the intuitive download that you need to actually resolve that problem in majority of the cases. When sadness arises, don't suppress it, witness it. When anger arises in you, don't explode. Learn to hold that anger, even though it's a emotion that has a very bad reputation. Feeling anger doesn't mean that you have to go shout at someone else. You can feel anger and you can even learn to contain that anger within your body and try to locate where that anger is coming up in which part of your body. And when you actually give attention to that anger, you will see that anger kind of loses its grip on you. And when you start reconnecting back with your emotional landscape, you are also reconnecting with that inner child, that little boy who is probably stuck in your subconscious, whose emotional needs were never met in his life by his parents. That little boy deserves to be witnessed. That little boy deserves your adult self to show up and be like, hey, it's okay to feel. You don't have to suppress all the things that you feel. And it's when you are doing all these things, you end up becoming a man who is emotionally available, who is emotionally stable, and who is emotionally grounded as well. And if you want to work with me in order for you to resolve your emotional blockages and also for you to actually work on your attachment issues or any underlying traumas, you can reach out to me through my Instagram. I hope this episode was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.